In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah, watch.
From the very first time we started our friendship, stayed up that first night and talked all night long, she has always been happier for me and everything that's ever happened to me.
It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the greatest thing floating in 2024.
I might be out of business.
No way.
It seems like Katt Williams is again all set to reveal another series of shocking revelations. According to recent reports, Katt is suggesting that he sees Gayle King Oprah's bestie as one of the alleged handlers of the industry. His claims suggest that Gayle and Oprah worked together, throwing black female celebs into the hands of Harvey Weinstein.
In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah, watch.
From the very first time we started our friendship, stayed up that first night and talked all night long, she has always been happier for me and everything that's ever happened to me.
It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the greatest thing floating in 2024.
I might be out of business.
No way.
When you think of the strongest BFFs in Hollywood, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King probably top the list. They've been inseparable for decades, weathering all the highs and lows together, showing that nothing can break their bond. Some find their close friendship adorable, while others speculate if there's more to it. In 1976, Oprah was working as an anchor at a Baltimore news station when a snowstorm hit. She invited Gayle, who was a production assistant at the station, to stay at her home instead of risking the treacherous 45-minute drive to her own place. Despite not knowing each other well, Oprah was that kind of person even back then. They spent the entire night chatting and got to know each other deeply. When Gayle mentioned she didn't have any clothes with her, Oprah simply said, "You can wear mine." In the early stages of their friendship, Oprah and Gayle bonded over their quirks. In an interview with Oprah magazine, Gayle mentioned that when they met, she felt like she had finally found someone she could relate to, especially since she grew up in an all-white community. They discovered they had the same musical taste too, with Gayle being obsessed with Barry Manilow and Oprah being a fan of Neil Diamond. She said, "It's that whole being the odd girl out thing. We didn't fit into everybody else's perception of what it's like to be a black girl." Oprah's early years were filled with struggles. She was raised by her grandmother, mother, and father, moving between their homes for most of her childhood. Oprah revealed to the Washington Post that she started acting out at a young age because she craved attention and love. She felt because her mother was busy working as a maid. When Oprah finally met Gayle, Gayle filled one of Oprah's biggest voids.
She is the sister everybody would want. She is the friend that everybody deserves.
After discovering her husband, William Bumpus, in bed with another woman, Gayle filed for divorce and began the journey of healing herself while preparing to raise her two children, Kirby and William Jr., as a single parent. When asked by Vanity Fair to name the person she despises the most, Gayle replied that she wasn't a huge fan of the woman she caught with her ex-husband on June 24, 1990 at 9:16 p.m., although she didn't remember the details. Gayle's divorce was finalized in 1993, and as the holidays approached, she faced spending New Year's Eve without her children for the first time. She called Oprah and shared her feelings. Oprah, being the supportive friend she is, wasn't about to let her bestie feel down. Just 4 hours after their phone call, Oprah showed up at Gayle's doorstep with a bag full of groceries, accompanied by Stedman. Stedman then whipped up some spaghetti, and they rang in the new year together, showing the true strength of their friendship and support for each other during tough times. Gayle told People magazine that she was incredibly grateful to have Oprah and Stedman with her during that difficult time, and it's a memory she will cherish forever. Gayle has shown that she will drop everything to be there for Oprah too. Oprah shared with People magazine that one day she was feeling really down because she had been betrayed by someone. When Gayle heard the disappointment in Oprah's voice during one of their phone calls, Gayle immediately hung up, told her babysitter to watch her children, and hopped on a plane from Connecticut to Oprah's home in Chicago. When Oprah opened the door and saw Gayle on her doorstep, Gayle simply said, "I can't stay, but I just wanted to see your face." After ensuring that Oprah was okay, Gayle drank a glass of water and promptly headed back to the airport to return home to her children, so you can kind of guess how tight their friendship is. Because of this strange bond they share, a lot of people have speculated that their relationship might be more than just friendship. Oprah has even given her many lavish gifts, like a fancy house in Manhattan. Katt Williams recently featured on a podcast where he fearlessly revealed numerous industry wrongdoings, drawing the attention of influential figures. Notably, he openly discussed Oprah during during the interview. Now, there's talk circulating that Oprah is attempting to intimidate Katt, but it appears that he remains steadfast and unyielding in the face of any pressure. In the context of the podcast, Let the Choppa Spray is slang for going all out, taking shots at various peers and individuals while dropping names. Essentially, Katt Williams unleashed his thoughts without holding back. His presence on the show has set the social media streets ablaze, making 2024 feel notably spicy. Why did he choose Club Shay Shay? Well, according to Katt, he took the opportunity because Shannon had allowed certain individuals to share bold-faced lies on his couch, and Katt felt the need to address and correct them. Katt Williams didn't hold back when it came to calling out Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Michael Blackson, Faison Love, Kevin Hart, Ricky Smiley, Oprah Winfrey, and more. It seemed like Katt had been biding his time for the perfect moment to critique people's talents, skills, and content quality. The podcast episode, spanning almost 3 hours, was a relentless exploration of shade directed at Oprah, Steve, Kevin, and Ricky, among others. Even figures like Martin Lawrence found themselves in the crossfire. It was a masterclass in both stirring the pot and fearlessly speaking truth to power.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
It's worth noting that the targets of Katt's criticism likely harbor no affection for him either. The podcast created an atmosphere where no one was spared from the verbal onslaught. But where is this hate coming from? There was a time not too long ago when Oprah Winfrey enjoyed an almost untouchable status among the Black community, an unproblematic interviewer and entertainer responsible for much of our cherished content. However, her image has experienced a noticeable decline in recent times. A quick search of her name on the once revered Twitter platform reveals top tweets delving into what some assume was a questionable relationship with the late Michael Jackson. Further down the feed, numerous users express sentiments along the lines of Oprah has always been an awful person, and suggest that she is now facing the consequences she deserves. The shift in public perception reflects a stark contrast to the once widely held admiration for Oprah within the Black community. Additionally, in his Netflix comedy stand-up, Dave Chappelle has also discussed the notion that individuals such as Kevin Hart and Oprah Winfrey might be compromising their values for fame and wealth by aligning themselves with Hollywood's elite. And this is what he said.
They were in on the whole thing. I felt so wronged. I felt so
Can you guess what he is trying to say? Maybe Dave is trying to say that people like Oprah have been involved in this heinous game for a very long time, and he feels now, right? Well, this is just a guess. But Dave also said that the public's perception of Hollywood is at odds with reality, and that it is filled with lovable people like Oprah Winfrey. Dave supposedly remarked that once you see their genuine faces, you won't be able to stand them since they are too diabolical to bear. He said, "It's the same monster that these Me Too B was trying to tell you about, but they hate the monster for how it F, and I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster." These days, Oprah Winfrey is all over the news for the terrible things she's doing in the media business, and Dave is said to have expressed his frustration with the ease with which sugar-coated personalities like Oprah can move around. There have been observations suggesting that Oprah Winfrey may have played a role in signaling Dave's downfall, almost as if she were aware of her actions. Reflecting on the past, it's worth noting that Oprah has faced various controversies. These range from accusations of participating in smear campaigns against her critics and undermining their professional lives to more unsettling allegations involving her purported connection to human.
Oprah legitimized the notorious criminal Joe Teixeira, aka John of God, as a miraculous faith healer, one who could cure cancer.
Speaking of smear campaigns against critics, the Monique Oprah controversy stands out prominently. For those unfamiliar, Oprah Winfrey has been accused of significantly damaging Monique's career, to the point where Monique is purportedly facing homelessness. What's striking is that Oprah has not issued an apology to Monique for the harm that has been done.
So for 8 years, my family has suffered and my career has suffered because what I would not allow those entities to do was
But why hasn't Oprah apologized yet? Obviously because of her ego and pride. In 2009, Oprah and Tyler Perry released their Lee Daniels-directed film Precious to the World. The makers of the film made the decision to send Monique on a publicity tour in order to capitalize on the enthusiasm produced by the media as a direct result of the positive critical reception the movie garnered. She said, "I had no idea I'd been blackballed because I don't think that Hollywood has turned its nose up to me," said the actor, suggesting someone had decided to tease teach Monique a lesson because she's not playing the game. And you know what the thing that left me in awe was that Monique literally said that Oprah was making unreasonable demands during their movie campaigns. This is what Monique said. "We were out on the campaign and she was making unreasonable demands. And this is where reverse racism, I think, happens." After that, Lee Daniels allegedly made threats against Monique, telling her that she would face something ugly. Lee was taking Oprah's side, but after some time, Monique revealed that Lee said some strange things about Oprah. Monique said, "I think that those are feelings that Mr. Daniels is having." He said, "You know Monique, she didn't thank the producers at the Oscars. She didn't thank the studio, and that's just not things that you do." This makes me hypothesize that Oprah is also not good to the junior artist or the staff that are usually present during the movie. It would appear that the general public has long suspected that Oprah is hiding something. The details of Oprah Winfrey's actions extend beyond the mentioned incidents, delving into more disturbing aspects. Monique, who had previously spoken out about being bullied by her older brother Gerald from the ages of 7 to 11, faced disbelief when she initially shared her traumatic experiences. The estrangement between Monique and Gerald became more pronounced when he was convicted of harassing another woman, leading to a 12-year prison sentence. In 2010, Oprah extended an invitation to Gerald to appear on her show, even making an effort to bring Monique along. Despite Monique's refusal to participate, Oprah went ahead and not only invited Gerald, but also their parents. During the show, Monique was taken aback as Oprah's actions seemed to minimize the gravity of the ordeal she had endured, causing further distress for Monique.
"I did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her. And for that, I apologize."
Monique's devastation was compounded when Oprah seemingly disregarded her attempts to seek comfort. Upon encountering Oprah for the first time in Hollywood, Monique harbored skepticism regarding Oprah's assertion that she was unaware of Gerald bringing her family to the show. In an interview, Monique recounted the encounter, stating, "She then said, 'Do you want to come on the show? Because he wants to apologize to you?' I said, 'Oprah, I don't want no part of that.'" While Oprah Winfrey is often hailed as the queen of all media, there are instances where she may have missed the mark, at least according to Cindy Crawford. The iconic supermodel shared her perspective on their initial encounter during an episode of the Apple TV Plus docu-series, The Supermodels, and seems like she is also not happy with her. So let's get started to know what she has got to say about Oprah.
"I was like the chattel or a child, like be seen and not heard. When you look at it through today's eyes, when Oprah's like, 'Stand up and show me your body.'"
Her first encounter with Oprah Winfrey was markedly different from her later appearance on Oprah's Masterclass in 2013. During that interview, Cindy Crawford opened up about the impact of her appearance on her self-perception. According to Crawford, as reported by ABC News, she felt judged based on her looks, prompting her to take a proactive stance in representing herself as more than just a physical presence. "I felt judged by the way that I looked. I think it set me on a course to represent myself as someone who has a brain," she said. Before her 2013 Masterclass episode with Oprah Winfrey, Crawford engaged in introspection, reevaluating how others perceived her. Despite making 10 appearances on Oprah before that, Crawford's recollection of her introduction to The Oprah Winfrey Show wasn't exactly warm and fuzzy, especially when viewed with hindsight. The mother of two shed new light on the episode, contemplating how Winfrey's actions might be interpreted in today's culture. From Crawford's perspective, it appears that there may be unresolved issues between her and Winfrey that need addressing.
Like, "Show us why you're worthy of being here." In the moment, I didn't recognize it. Only when I look back at it and I was like, oh my gosh, that was so not okay, really.
In the pilot episode of The Supermodels, Cindy Crawford reflected on the first time she appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show. Crawford was just 20 years old when she and her manager, John Casablancas, appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show for the first time in 1986. Interestingly, it was not only Crawford who was learning the ropes. Winfrey's show had just been syndicated in September of that year. Winfrey directed many of her questions to Crawford's manager, asking him, via Today, "So did you have to her? Did she always have this body?" Winfrey then addresses Crawford and asks the model to stand up so that everyone can see her. Crawford commented on this particular Oprah segment in the Supermodels episode. "I was like the chattel or a child, like be seen and not heard when you look at it through today's eyes. When Oprah's like, 'Stand up and show me your body. Show us why you're worthy of being here.'" The former supermodel found the interview distressing, expressing, "I was so traumatized. I really felt I was not seen as a person who had a voice in her own destiny," as reported reported by the Los Angeles Times. Crawford admitted that she didn't fully grasp the extent of it at the time, but with age, she came to realize how inappropriate the situation was. Following Crawford's public comments, Oprah Winfrey appeared to respond by taking down the interview from YouTube. Cindy Crawford publicly confronted Oprah Winfrey over her handling of a 1986 interview, and nearly 4 decades later, social media users shared their varied opinions. One person dismissed the issue, stating, "I went back to watch the whole interview. Cindy Crawford was a new up-and-coming model. Oprah was glorifying how amazing Cindy's appearance was. Cindy, if you are looking for a moment to be a victim, you are truly reaching. Weird times we live in, where people want to be victims for a narrative." Even Oprah Winfrey's close friend Gayle King commented on the situation, despite not having seen the interview. King expressed surprise and a slight disappointment, saying, "I'm surprised and a little disappointed, because I know Cindy's been on her show many times, and it has always been a pleasant experience. So I would hate to think that something that happened years ago could have bothered her. It's not Oprah's thing to humiliate or make anybody feel badly." King also added that to her knowledge, Winfrey and Crawford's relationship was still in good standing. Interestingly, in 1986, the billionaire shared insights about her interviewing approach with the New York Times. She stated, "Vulnerability is the key. People appreciate when you can be honest. It lets them feel more comfortable about being themselves," and later added, "I understand my commonality with the human experience." It's worth noting that a dose of that vulnerability and commonality might have had a significant impact on an interview with a certain model a few months later. This is not it. Oprah Winfrey and Taraji P. Henson recently found themselves in the midst of rumors suggesting a feud during the press tour for the upcoming Color Purple musical film. Speculation arose after a viral video sparked fan analysis of the body language between the two stars, implying potential tension. However, both Oprah and Taraji swiftly addressed the rumors on social media, dispelling any notion of a feud. Oprah lauded Taraji's talents and expressed excitement about her portrayal of Shug Avery in the film, while Taraji defended Oprah, highlighting the unwavering support and guidance she had received. The rumors were promptly put to rest as the two actresses showcased solidarity and mutual admiration. Oprah Winfrey has undoubtedly built an influential media empire that encompasses television production, acting, and publishing. Her remarkable contributions have earned her numerous accolades, including the prestigious Presidential Medal of Freedom. Beyond her media ventures, Oprah is recognized for her philanthropy work and advocacy on various social issues. On the other hand, Taraji P. Henson, born on September 11, 1970, is also a highly accomplished actress known for her versatile roles in film and television. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Taraji gained widespread recognition for her dynamic portrayal of Cookie Lyon in the popular TV series Empire. However, during this one moment, they did not synchronize. The December 12th press event, hosted on top of New York City's Empire State Building, captured a moment that appeared to show Oprah awkwardly approaching Taraji. The video suggests a brief exchange where they meet eyes but seem to divert their attention elsewhere. It's reminiscent of those uncomfortable elevator rides with colleagues you may not get along with. While the differences between Black billionaires like Oprah and someone like Jeff Bezos are striking, the narrative shifts to a broader discussion about struggles, particularly in Hollywood. Taraji recently addressed the challenges faced by Black actors, shedding light on pay disparities and inequality within the industry. This issue is not unique to her, as Gabrielle Union, Keke Palmer, and other Black actors have also spoken out about the disparity between their efforts on screen and the compensation they receive. The speculation around a possible discord between Oprah and Taraji may stem from concerns that financial troubles could overshadow the film. Produced by Steven Spielberg, Quincy Jones, and Oprah herself, there may be a shared desire to keep the focus on the project rather than personal financial matters. Interestingly, Oprah, despite her immense wealth, can relate to the money struggles faced by Black actors in Hollywood. In a December 19th interview with Oprah Daily alongside her bestie Gayle King, Oprah revealed that she received only $35,000 for her role as Sophia in the original The Color Purple. She emphasized that she would have taken on the role for nothing, highlighting a shared understanding of the financial challenges within the industry. "That's how you know you really love something, when you would do it even if nobody was paying," Oprah said during the interview. Perhaps, per social media comments, Oprah already knew that The Color Purple musical stars Fantasia Barrino, whose style has been considerably upgraded, Danielle Brooks, and Taraji were not being paid enough, and they should soldier on for the love of the project. Social media commentary and theories surrounding the payment disparities and dedication of the cast have likely prompted discussions within the media sphere. Taraji's team, or the significant PR machinery associated with The Color Purple, might have become aware of the shifting narrative surrounding the film. Consequently, they may have encouraged Taraji to address the matter publicly, leading to her statement on the issue.
Now notice how Oprah treats everybody during this press conference. Taraji is first, right? Now look at her eyes. She looks down when she's talking about the movie. She wasn't excited about it. Now,
not only this, Oprah has been hit with serious charges of and enabling from well-known investors like Jeffrey Epstein, the S-offender, and Harvey Weinstein. It all started when he went unfavorably viral in 2021 for an unearthed 2003 interview with Dolly Parton, in which Winfrey asked her pointed questions about her plastic surgery. That moment prompted actress Rose McGowan, one of the progenitors of the #MeToo movement, to come at her neck in a now-deleted tweet. Rose McGowan has raised concerns about Oprah Winfrey's connections, citing her relationship with disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein, and her withdrawal as a producer from a documentary highlighting Russell Simmons' essay accusers. In a tweet, McGowan expressed her skepticism about Oprah's authenticity, accusing her of being part of a problematic power structure for personal gain. McGowan stated, "I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come." Lizard. Oprah's association with Weinstein has been a source of controversy for years. In 2018, singer Seal accused Oprah of being aware of Weinstein's misconduct and not taking any action. Seal wrote in a deleted post, "Oh, I forgot, that's right. You'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses, who in turn had no idea what they were getting into. My bad. When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution." During the height of the #MeToo movement, Oprah positioned herself as a major champion and advocate, speaking out against numerous particular activities in the industry. However, some critics have pointed out her association with Harvey Weinstein, the Hollywood producer who faced numerous SM allegations. Despite her support for the #MeToo movement, Oprah's connections with Weinstein have raised questions and criticism from some quarters.
And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment.
According to multiple reports, it has been revealed that many prominent figures in Hollywood were aware of Harvey Weinstein's actions and the way he mistreated women. Despite this knowledge, his behavior was tolerated and even enabled by some in the industry. Oprah Winfrey is allegedly one of the major personalities who had connections with Weinstein and was part of the Hollywood circle where information about his misconduct was known.
When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment.
Oprah Winfrey's philanthropy and generosity are well documented, but even these aspects of her public image faced criticism. In September, Oprah and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, with their combined net worth exceeding $3 billion, reportedly asked the public to contribute to the Maui wildfires, while allegedly contributing only $10 million themselves. The accompanying video's comment section received so much criticism that it had to be turned off. While opinions on TikTok should be taken with caution, the significant number of views on videos expressing disapproval, along with the critical comments, suggest a growing sentiment of weariness toward Oprah that has been building for years. Unlike many of her talk show contemporaries from the 1980s and 1990s, Oprah has not only maintained but also increased her influence and wealth over the years. Being a billionaire puts her in a rarefied category, possibly allowing her to wield influence behind the scenes in ways that the public may not be aware of. This has led to conspiracy theories, evident in search results for Oprah Winfrey Illuminati. And now, in a controversial Club Shay Shay interview, comedian Katt Williams expressed the sentiment that when you're a billionaire, you can essentially do as you please. This perspective suggests that Oprah's influence may transcend her identity as a Black woman, and people are beginning to acknowledge and question this aspect of her power. Although the mystery continues when Oprah was linked to a Brazilian self-proclaimed medium and convicted felon named John of God. After years of operating a spiritual healing center in Brazil, John was arrested and given a 63-year prison sentence for assaulting multiple women. However, Oprah Winfrey claimed to have had a deep experience during her talk with John when he appeared on her show and traveled to Brazil to meet him before his arrest.
This is an interview I wasn't sure would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world
rarely talks to anyone on camera.
Moreover, Oprah has also links with Tyler Perry and Steve Harvey, who have, according to him, played a significant role in his downfall. Katt Williams' revelations about his former idol, Oprah Winfrey, may come as a surprise to some. However, the shock deepens as he goes on to claim that Steve Harvey, another beloved figure, has allegedly made a deal involving his soul with Hollywood. Williams' assertions raise questions about the entertainment industry and the potential hidden agreements or compromises made by prominent figures within it. Certainly, Katt Williams is widely acknowledged as one of the most hilarious comedians of his generation, celebrated for his raw humor and captivating performances in popular stand-up specials. Despite his talent and recognition among the comedy elite in Hollywood, Williams hasn't achieved the same widespread exposure as some of his counterparts. Expressing a sense of hopelessness, Williams once declared, "I'm officially announcing my retirement from stand-up. I'm kind of done. I've already discussed it with my kids. I wasn't planning to make this announcement on a Seattle street. I was going to Los Angeles to do it in the offices of ICM or Live Nation." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.